Hi, welcome to Garden Cafe. I'm Maureen and this is my Texas Zone 8B 9A garden. Today I'm going to plant out all of the ranunculus. I'm a little late. The first experiment, never planted them before. The first experiment failed completely. I watered them too much, I think, was the issue, and I had them inside. They all rotted. My fault. Experiments 2 and 3, we seem to be getting a lot of growth, mostly from the Aviv Picotee Cafe ranunculus and the pink and white, but there are a few others scattered around. So today what I'm going to do, and there are tons over here, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant them all over the yard. I have different areas, some full sun, some part sun, some that get more water, some that don't. And it's just basically going to be an experiment to see how well it all comes out. But it is only 2.5 weeks before Christmas. Should have been out last month, a couple weeks ago. It is late, but it's Texas. Finally have cool weather and actually got a little rain, which is fabulous. But that's what I'm doing today. So I just want to show you these. Okay, so this tray is the second experiment, which the pink and white you can see, and the cafe, as I said, did really well. They have a few little of the red and purple. I don't see any of, oh, actually, that's cafe. What is this one? Oh, this is yellow burgundy. All right, so that was experiment 3. For experiment 2, same thing. Pink and white lots, the cafe lots, little ones on the other. And then whatever was left over, I stuck in 2 other trays, so a bunch coming up in there. Have no idea. Regardless, if they're not rotted, they're going in the ground. I'm going to go ahead and start on the right side of the pond. There's a lot of dead. I'm just going to clear out some of this. Is done. I've got some plants in here I'm hoping will come back in the spring. Now these ranunculus, you're supposed to plant them out and then they overwinter and are supposedly supposed to come back with gorgeous spring blooms. So hopefully, as I said, it's the first time I'm doing it, so we'll have to wait and see if it actually works. I've got a soaker hose through here that goes to the front, a pond swoop. I'm not real happy with it. This side, the left side, comes straight from the hose, so it definitely gets more rain. Let me lower this down a little bit. Definitely gets, more water in here. Not enough. I think about halfway around the pond swoop is where it sort of peters out. So I'm going to be doing a whole new irrigation system, and that should be a fun video. I have been watching videos on that for a very long time, and I think I have a list of everything that I'm going to need to get. I'm sure I will start it and realize, oh, I need this part or this piece, but I'm just going to go ahead and go for it and see what happens. So ranunculus grow anywhere from 12 to 24 inches tall, and I have shorter plants towards the front of the swoop, and then obviously the taller ones over here towards the back. So I thought I'd just kind of plant them in here. No real rhyme or reason. And although we really don't need any fertilizer at this point, and these really don't need it, I'm still gonna dust some of the plant tone through here. I don't know, just to revive the soil a little bit, at least as when I first plant all of these in. And again, I've got almost 60 of them, and I'm really curious where they will grow best. My goal would be, or my best fabulous goal would be, if I were able to have a whole cut garden, which I didn't this year, and I missed it. I had a few taller zinnias that I was able to cut and a few other flowers, but I want vases filled with colors in the spring. So this is the first tray. And from my understanding, this is my second experiment. From my understanding, you should be able to just dig these up and they should separate out very easily. And they do. Look at that. Okay. And as I said, I'm going to be planting these, the ones that actually started sprouting, but I am also going to plant the others in here, as long as they're not rotted, and even if they are, frankly. See, no growth on that one, but it's not rotted. I'm going to plant everything, and I'm going to try to mix it up as much as possible. Yeah, those separate out easily. Well, that part was good. I don't need to plant these deep. I mean, literally, they only get planted that far, 1.5 inches. You don't want to bury the growth. So I'm basically just going to rough this soil up a little. Fun note, I have a water lily growing. I haven't seen one of those in several weeks. I just figured they were done for the season. All of this will be taken out. This water lily is in one canvas bag in the center of this little pond. And I'm going to take it out and take the leaves off and the roots off and start it over again in a fresh bag. But that won't be till the spring. So here is coming around the front of the pond swoop. It's all pretty low, and I don't want anything higher than 12 inches in there. But I just planted a whole bunch of the ranunculus over there. Well, probably a dozen out of the 50 that were in that tray. But so I'm going to come over here to the left side, and I have an upper level back here with I just went blank. I'll post it here. These flowers here on this upper level. So I want to put a few in here. And then on the lower level, I want to put a few in here. I've got this pentas, and I've got a balloon flower that's coming back, which is great. And this verbena is stunning when it's blooming. So these are lower. So I want to put a few back in here and then the rest up in here. So first thing here, I'm going to get rid of some of these leaves. There's so much. I'll just put them behind the bushes. At least most of them. Probably won't be bad insulation going into winter. Have some of these leaves in place, but yeah, look at that. Okay, again, I'm going to just sprinkle some plant tone. A lot of this soil is very spent from our very long summer, so no big deal, not a lot. All right. I'd plant some here, but that is a Mexican sunflower. It gets absolutely massive, and everything under it is in full shade. So I think we're going to just move farther along this way. And that is from the hollyhock seeds I took from a plant when we visited New Mexico, brought it home, planted it in little pots, the seeds, and I have that on a previous video. Shocked that it grew because it was a green seed pod. So this is an Ixora. I'm absolutely thrilled right now, but it's well established and I think it's going to do fine. And a Mexican heather here. But again, remembering they will grow 12 to 24 inches, the ranunculus that is. I don't want to plant them in front of either one of these because these, for now at least, are much lower. So I think I'm going to go back there and maybe up and around here a little bit. Okay. So we're going to move farther up the fence line, I think, to that corner back there, the new no-till garden, the last no-till garden I did. And you can see what I was talking about with the Mexican sunflower. Absolutely stunning. Huge plant. Definitely offers shade to everything below it. So we're going to move forward just a little bit, and I think I'm going to start just to plant some of the ranunculus in here. We're actually getting some rain, yay, but really want to get these in as quickly as possible. So this is my last 2 trays, well, tray and a half, and I want to plant it in the cut flower garden. That's a new no-till garden again. And then I want to plant some right here in front of the big dining room window so you can see it when you walk through the house. And I'm going to try to get this in as fast as possible before we get actual real rain. since we're starting to get some actual rain, I'm just going to pack it up and I'm not going to worry about watering it. Let nature do it tonight.